to 2-2.
Oh, did it? So we won.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The first one, though, it was 3-1, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, so spawning up here in the left-hand corner, we have our pink Zerg player, Jimdaman. And he is going up against our 2-week reigning champion, Listal from Team NrG, our purple Zerg. So yes, we are going to have a lot of very similar Zerg colors. I think next game I'll request that one of them chooses red or something.
They're just fucking with the casters.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, if you think about it from a color coordination standpoint, purple and pink really go quite nicely with all of the Zerg units. Like how nicely it just blends in there. It's very natural.
It is very natural.
Very flattering.
But like I said,
skin tone.
It makes a pain in the ass on the casters. So we do have a pool coming down for Jimdaman. It looks like...
And that is I think that was a 9 pool? Or a 10 pool? One of the two.
10 or 11,
It was a fast one.
It is very fast one.
I think it was a 10.
Okay, we'll say it's a 10. And we have a gas coming up, so we're going to see a very pressure build, a good amount of pressure from Jimdaman with a Speedling build. And we do have his drone... Both of his drone going out and doing some scouting, as well as the Overlord is heading its way down to the bottom corner of the map.
And we have a gas burst for Listal, and he's just now building his pool.
So I think we'll probably see him go into fairly early banelings, so he's going to want to get that amount of gas nice and high early, so he can get that speed, as well as drop a baneling nest. Or we may see him go into roaches, but you really don't see super early roaches in ZVZ often. You end up seeing some baneling, Zergling counterattacking, and then one of them eventually works their way into roaches.
Yeah, no, there's definitely been some really nice play from ST in the past GSLs where he does go early roaches, and that's really what wins it for him. Early roach and then into muta. So it really can be very slick, and it's not as common as you would expect. So I thought we were going to see some earlier pressure from Jimdaman than we are seeing, but it looks like we still are going to be seeing pressure. He's probably getting some Zerglings since he's getting speed, and he did get just enough gas to research speed, and then it's going back onto just minerals only.
Well, it looks like Listal actually pulled off gas, so at least he has one guy mining gas, one drone. So it doesn't look like he's actually going to do any super early tech with that, either roaches or banelings. Jimdaman does have the Xel'Naga Tower, so he is going to see these Zerglings head right across the map, and it looks like Listal is actually going to have the slight vision advantage if that tower gets cleared up, because he has an Overlord at least in a position where he can see units moving about, whereas Jimdaman's Overlord is down the bottom of the map and it's really going to work its way up. So we do have the Zerglings heading in, and it looks like Jimdaman has a considerable amount more Zerglings, so Listal's going to want to get out of there and just kind of pull back, and he's going to want to be able to get some Zerglings up to defend anything else, and potentially a Spine Crawler should be coming up soon. He does have that natural expansion, so that might actually end up being forced to cancel with this amount of Zerglings coming out.
Yep, and he's going to sort of want to bide his time until he gets those lings up, those banelings up. He's pretty close, but he's not quite there yet. Yep, and he does decide to just preemptively cancel that. He's not going to be able to hold that expansion.
I think it's a really smart idea, and he does have his Zerglings hanging out in the mineral line to protect against any sort of Zergling attacks, and that was an excellent block with the Zerglings and the Queen. I don't think he even lost a worker there. So the Zerglings are just going to sit there and be annoying, trying to pick off that spawning pool, but a ton more Zerglings come in. It looks like that might be too many Zerglings to even deal with. We do have a Baneling up for Listal, and if he gets a good Baneling hit, it looks like he took out 4 Zerglings with that Baneling hit, so it was good enough, but not super excellent, but looks like this attack might get close to cleaned up. No, we do have 6 Zerglings left, whereas Listal has 12 more coming out, and Jimdaman was actually able to expand behind this. So we do have a whole bunch more of Zerglings running at each other and attacking, and it looks like Listal might actually finally be able to repel this, and things might begin to settle down. Jimdaman is pulling his Zerglings that were rallied back, and it looks like Listal is actually pushing out right now.
I mean, I think at this point, I think he really is going to have to push out, and since he is behind as far as this hatchery goes. So since his expansion was canceled, he's going to have to try and get ahead. And he does have the tech advantage right now. We have a Rotorn on the way, but it's only halfway done.
Yep. And those Banelings are going to finish. It's just a matter of how much damage they do. It looks like we trade a 1-for-1, which is not a good trade. We also have a Roach Warren coming up for Jim